The best way to make a sale is to look someone in the eye, diagnose their problem, and prescribe a solution, just like a doctor, just like sales trainers explain it. Except I don't think it really works like that. When you sit down in the examining room with all your clothes off, even if it's your first time, you're already the client. After all the trouble of getting there, I would find it kind of daunting to jump up, take off my gown, put my clothes back on, go home, call my insurance company, get me another doctor, wait 3 months to be seen, and start all over again. So even if my doctor is a lunatic, I'm probably going to find some reason to take his advice. So can we just set this medical approach to selling aside for now? What if you didn't have to sell? What if the sale just happened? Today, let's look at this almost magical alternative. Well, certainly a more doable and more reasonable alternative than to ask your prospect to put on an ill-fitting hospital gown. One more important thing about doctors, and we'll move on. Doctors have a built-in scarcity. They are simply in short supply. But that scarcity looks like a glut compared to the real-world scarcity that can be you. The problem is, we're trained to think of ourselves as just one example among many of teacher, lawyer, engineer, consultant, CEO, whatever. It rarely occurs to us to think of ourselves as a one-of-a-kind resource. And how does that affect how you show up on video and the kinds of videos you make? Have you ever wondered what that energy of neediness feels like to a viewer? But wait, there's more. We'll ask questions of ourselves like, where is my audience? Or how do I persuade them to buy? We never even suspect that those might not be the questions a powerful being would ask themselves. When you offer who you are in wholeness, it's pretty interesting to the right person. For example, say you want to create a program that people will subscribe to online. You don't want to push them into it with an emotionally manipulative video sales letter that just amps up the resistance. So what do? Listen and respond. And how do you do that? Number one, get clear on your highest value to your best clients. 2, launch a video series demonstrating that with the understanding that it'll never be perfect. 3, listen to the response those videos get. 4, repeat steps 1 through 3. Listen and respond. You get a deeper understanding of your own value proposition with every video you release. A sale is made when you spend the time creating a smooth path for someone to walk based on what they perceive. You didn't chase them with text or emails. You weren't touching base, checking in, circling back, following up. You're just listening. And your next video is your response. Maybe you add a little keyword research on the topics most important to you and find new ways to reach new audiences. And every so often, just like that, with no direct input from you, another sale is made to someone whose life was changed by your words and actions when you were being fully yourself. Your business becomes better and more profitable when you realize that trust is amplified the more times you portray your true self. Does this kind of trust ever grow when the goal is to make the sale right now at any cost? For example, how is trust rewarded by serving up endless upsells for no other reason than the customer is in buying mode? A customer who's made the big decision to break through their own resistance and work with you for a time, hoping to become almost a brand new person at the end, is all of a sudden faced with the reality that they may have to reinvest just to get what they thought they already signed up for. It's good to be aware of these little things that hurt trust, because your video series might need a little time to show signs of life. That's why this is best for those who already have a growing business. Well, actually, it's probably best for those just transitioning to online, because then there's no relearning to struggle through later. But maybe it's best for those who've been at this a while and are struggling to find their way in a crowded market, slightly confused about how to break through the noise. So, am I really saying it's actually good for everyone? Well, it's why I share it with one who has ears to hear and a vision to share, the one most likely to become known as a visible authority.